after spectacle, looking so wonderful. Revelers in a frenzy, an ocean of color I see. Oi, 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 something's happening, and it's so exciting. People just having fun, one big celebration, must be a really grand occasion. Oi, 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 something's happening that you shouldn't be missing. Dancing along the street, jamming to soca beat, and all the women looking sweet. Oi, 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 I see flags everywhere, I see rides in the air.
Labor rights, please gather near as we are about to make a start. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Dominica Labour Party's Team for the Ages Part 2 in the wonderful community of St. Joseph. But before we begin, as always, let us all stand to attention for the national anthem. Thank you very much. Labor rights? No, you have to do better than that. Labor rights? Thank you very much. I now invite my friend and sister, the next parliamentary representative for the Soufriere constituency, Ms. Dennis Charles, to lead us in prayer, ladies and gentlemen.
Amen. Let us put ourselves in the mood for prayer. Amen. Heavenly Father, King of kings and Lord of lords, we worship you. We give you thanks. We give you praise. We give you honor. We thank you for today. We thank you for our country. We thank you for our people. We thank you for our government. We thank you for our leaders. We thank you, O Lord, for your goodness over our land. And we pray, O Lord, that tonight, O Lord, even if we have light showers of blessings, that you will give us good weather, O Lord Jesus. We trust you. We honor you. We give you praise. We give you glory. And we thank you, O Lord, that we will have a productive and wonderful meeting in your holy name. Let us say to our Father. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, and deliver us from all evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, now and forever. Amen.
Jehovah, you
Say it.
I trust
In you.
in you.
Say it, y'all.
Oh Lord, Jehovah, you
I trust. Say it.
I trust.
Show me how to do it, y'all.
in you.
Thank you, Sister Dennis. Labor rights, St. Joseph City. right, so we'd like to welcome you to St. Joseph for Labour Party's Team for the Ages Part 2 National Rally. Where tonight we are going to feature the remaining 10 candidates from the southern belt and the western part of Dominica, ladies and gentlemen. We would like to thank you for showing up in massive numbers last night in Woodford Hill, ladies and gentlemen, in Woodley Village, where we saw the DLP's Team for the Ages Part 1, where we featured the candidates from the north and east of the island. So tonight we're in St. Joseph to showcase our 10 remaining candidates who are going to bring the victory home to Labour come tomorrow, December 6th, ladies and gentlemen.
Labour rights.
So we can consider this the last official event of the Dominican Labour Party's 2022 election campaign. But we still have one big, major, most important event tomorrow. We have to make sure that we get home safe this evening, take a nice rest, and get to the polls early tomorrow morning. So by the time midday tomorrow, we are sure victory for the Dominican Labour Party, ladies and gentlemen. As I said earlier, we would like you to get home early to have a nice rest, so we are moving right along with the program. I would like to invite again to the microphone my friend, my sister, my former cabinet colleague for 2 terms, and someone who is going to bring back the suffragette seat to the Dominican Labour Party come tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, my sister, Dennis Charles. Let me hear you for.
Labor rights! Esola! Sufurie! Esola! Vekas! St. Joseph! Folio!
You can talk and make your life. Labour still the best choice.
Grand Bay Passy! Esola! You love your Labour Party? You love your PM? I am happy to be in St. Joseph tonight. I know the people of St. Joseph are ready to vote Darren Lloyd on December 6th tomorrow. So together, they can move St. Joseph, Layu and Mero to the next level.
It shall not be moved.
So, you know, over the last few weeks, I have been interacting with so many of you at various rallies, watching online, or on social media pages. And I have realized that the Labour Party has one major untapped opportunity. An opportunity which we must address once given a new mandate on December 6th. Come December 6th, we must address it. Do you know what it is? We don't do enough to promote our hard work, our progress, and our programs. We don't talk enough about the sacrifices and the extraordinary efforts of the Prime Minister to raise money to finance our capital investments and social programs. I can tell you the cost of the National Employment Program, the NEP, just for the suffragette constituency alone. Guess how much it is? You want to know the cost? $4 million annually just for the suffragette constituency. Multiply that by 21. does it cost to maintain the pension for seniors program? Guess what? Guess how much? Over $9.5 million annually. I asked, how much does it cost to provide school shoes, uniforms, school books for students just this last academic year? And guess how much? $2.25 million in 1 year.
Labor, tell that to your neighbor.
And I asked, how much have we invested in the geothermal plant over the last 2 years? $55 million. And we still have more to invest to bring more affordable electricity to your homes. How much have we spent on medical assistance, funeral assistance, and other social programs just last year? Over $8.3 million. And then I asked, how much it is going to cost this Dominica Labour Party government to build the international airport? Guess how much? Anybody knows? $1 billion.
Labour Party. Who we voting? Who we voting? Labour Party.
My friends, my people, Labourites, your government is spending hundreds of millions annually. In these challenging economic times, when all countries all over the world are cutting back on capital expenditure and social programs, your Prime Minister, the Minister of Finance, has not cut one social program in Dominica. My friends, even in your own household, when things get tough, you cut on things. Sometimes you had a plan to paint your house and you put it on hold because things tight. But here in Dominica, your Prime Minister and this Labour Party government continues to work tirelessly so you never have to wonder where your next meal is coming from. So you don't have to wonder how to send your children to school. So you don't have to worry about medication for your parents and grandparents. This Dominica Labour Party government is determined to create a better economy so that all families can have greater access to achieving their dreams, greater ability to earn more money, and greater opportunities to live their best lives. This Labour Party government is determined to ensure that the youth of today do not have to endure the struggles of our forefathers and have a huge debt to pay back after we complete all these capital projects. Why? Have you asked yourself, why is it so important to us that we don't leave debt for the future generations? Because this Labour Party cares for you. We put you first. We have built a nation in which people can dream and live out the meaning of their dreams. We have built a nation that is determined to erase every barrier to achievement. Some of us, poor Malewe, ordinary people, never thought that we would have children going to university all over the world. But some of us have not one, but 2 children with university degrees. We have built a nation based on a vision. And guess what? We aren't done yet. This is why you cannot gamble with your future and you cannot gamble with the future of your children. You cannot stay away from the polls and say, I am not voting. I don't feel like voting this election. But I will not vote against my party. Have you been hearing that? And sometimes, some of the people who say they are not voting are people who receive a house valued over $350,000. And how do you think others feel when they hear those people say, I am not voting? If you believe in the future of this nation and in the continued enhancement of people's lives, December 6th is your day. If you want to continue to build a sustainable economy that leaves no one behind, December 6th is your day. Not voting is not an option for you. It is not a luxury that you can afford. It is not a message that you want to send to your children and grandchildren. When you don't vote, you are sending a message that you don't care about the NEP, the pension, the road projects, the infrastructural projects, the schools, the new marina, the new hotels, the university per graduate per household. You are saying that I really don't care if those programs continue. That I don't care about the plans for this nation and about securing a better life for my family. You are saying that you don't care about democratic principles and safeguarding those principles. That you don't care who is in government on December 6th. My people, that is what not voting means. My friends, Labour has not gotten everything right. Labour has not yet solved all your needs. But we have put you first. And we have put this country on a better platform for growth. So don't make a decision that you will regret every day for the next 5 years. Every country in the world is going through challenging times. We have all seen how disaster can strike at any time. It will take millions to resettle the families in the East. And as a government, we have a constant balancing act. When something happens, you may have to put a program on hold to tackle that thing that has become a priority. We have to look at the whole, the good of all. Your PAL reps are everyday human beings, just like you, who have offered ourselves to serve you, to make a better life for you. When we took our oath on January 7th, none of us ever envisioned that we would be battling with a pandemic for 2 years. But despite the fact that revenues are down, our economy has not collapsed. Tourism has not collapsed. The housing revolution has not stopped. None of our social programs have collapsed. Labour! Why? Because you have a leader. You have a government who will raise up Dominica each time nature shakes her. And by the grace of God, we shall continue to overcome.
Labour Party. Who we voting? Who we voting? Labour Party.
We shall continue to strive. And maybe that means we substitute something for something else that is more urgent. Government is about priorities. And this government has always made you, your well-being, its priority. So when we get knocked down, we rise again and again and again. We are a blessed people. We are resilient. We are powerful and mighty. And we have a vision and a mandate to fulfill. And so we thank the Lord that He has given us a leader and a team who, despite all the storms, have not just kept Dominica afloat, but on the path of growth and prosperity. Thank the Lord for His goodness and mercies over our country. So let us raise our voices together. 1, 2, 3, and give thanks. Let us say, thank you, Lord, for our country, our beautiful, dynamic Dominica. This is a new season. In this national reset, it is a season to be more understanding when priorities have to be shifted. A season to be more prayerful so that the Lord will look upon us with favor. My people, let us continue to answer the call for patriotism. Let us put Dominica first and ensure it remains stable. Stability is the key. The Dominica Labour Party has worked for you, and we will continue to work for you. Last election, we said to you, your international airport is coming. This election, it is here. We have relocated the beautiful people of Wesley, and we are clearing the land. We promise you 5-star resorts, and today you celebrate your birthdays, anniversaries, and weddings at Jungle Bay and Kipinski. This is what the Labour Party has done. We have delivered, and we shall continue to deliver. All we ask is that on December 6th, you give us a bigger mandate. Laborites, call, contact, pick up, check on every Labour household. Vote for Dominica. Vote for your children. Vote for your future. Vote for a team that puts people first. So blow your horns, sound your trumpets, praise the Lord. This is Dominica's time for peace and prosperity. Labour!
Labour Party shall not be moved.
Yes, Labour right. This is the power of Labour women. Thank you, Sister Dennis. We're moving along quickly with the program, The next speaker is an illustrious daughter of the soil from the neighboring constituency of Salisbury, ladies and gentlemen. Jabawi, are you in the house? A young lady who was denied the opportunity to launch a political career in a home village, ladies and gentlemen. But I've been told and I've been reassured that come tomorrow, December 6th, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Lindsay Frank will bring home the Salisbury constituency for a very long time for the Dominica Labour Party, ladies and gentlemen. So even though the former pal rep of Salisbury did not want her to feel welcome in Salisbury, ladies and gentlemen, let us give Miss Frank a big St. Joe hearty welcome, and let us make her feel welcome. Miss Lindsay Frank, ladies and gentlemen.
We shall not be, we shall not be moved. We shall not be, we shall not be moved. Just like the trees that planted by the waters, Labour Party shall not be moved.
Io play, io pa play, Luca Mayo, Labour.
Liberalize! Salisbury, Montrachet, Cooley Street! Montrachet to Lagumbe. Lagumbe to Plaza Wheel. Tapive to La Vigie. Grand Savan to Makushri. Are you there? We are here tonight to talk to you about tomorrow's elections. Tomorrow's election is critical as we reset our development path in Dominica. As we wind down this campaign, allow me to use this final opportunity to continue the national conversation of propelling towards dynamic Dominica and to reiterate the vision for my constituency, Salisbury. To my people out there who still question why they should vote, the answer is simple. We need to unite and work together to keep the country and Salisbury constituency moving forward. This means we need to elect the candidate that has been rallying for the Salisbury constituency since the beginning of this campaign. My people of Salisbury, Cooley Street, and Montrachet, that candidate is me.
We shall not be.
Over the past few weeks, I have walked through the length and breadth of my constituency. At every turn and every village, I was heartened by the warmth I received when I rubbed shoulders with you. My people, in those weeks, I have been confronted with resilience in a different way. When I look into the eyes of you, my constituents, in you, the people of Salisbury, Cooley Street, and Montrachet, I saw determination, pride, and hopefulness. Through the process of constructive dialogue we have held, I understood your expectations of me. And by your words, I will be guided as your next PAL rep and as a presenter of the people's agenda, your agenda to the Prime Minister. Brothers and sisters of the Salisbury constituency, you are too industrious of people to lack proper representation at the table of decision making. Entrust me with the responsibility of representing and fighting for the betterment on the national level. Constituents of Salisbury, Cooley Street, Montrachet, allow me to show you what caring, competent, unboycotted representation looks like. Brothers and sisters, my calling here is in keeping with 1 Peter 4:10, which says, and I quote, each of you should use whatever gifts you receive to serve others as faithful stewards of God, grace in its various forms. This election is not about politics. It is about serving people, my friends. It is not about colors. It is about country. You deserve someone energetic, fully devoted to helping people, to champion your cause and address your concerns and developments. My dear friends, you deserve service above self. My people, we are all in this together. With accelerated efforts, I will ensure that we obtain the alternative back road in Montrachet, the rehabilitation of the Salisbury basketball court and playing fields, the rehabilitation of the feeder roads and secondary roads to assist the farmers to increase farm input, crop production, and transportation from harvest to markets. Risk management mitigation, increase employment and educational opportunities, increase micro and small business support, and the construction of a health and wellness center as well as community centers. Brothers and sisters, your vote on December 6th with an X by the shoe will enable me to begin the process of delivering those projects to our constituency. Tomorrow, the choice is yours to make. The choice you make is not between two candidates. It's a choice between two visions for the Salisbury constituency. It's a choice between remaining with lack of representation or an effective representation. It's a choice to either remain stagnant or move forward. My people of Salisbury, you know me. You know I will fight the good fight for both you and your families every day to ensure projects mentioned is executed. So I am here one more time asking you for your vote. I am here to ask you to allow the Dominica Labour Party to finish what has started, because this is the party who has brought progress to this country. I look forward for your support, Salisbury. I look forward for your support, Coolibee Street. I look forward for your support, Montrachet. So come ye forward, sons and daughters. Let us collectively strive for honor and toil with our hearts and hands and voices. Together we will prosper, all for each and each for all. My people, the ball is in your court. Good night and God bless you.
Wow.
Labor rights. When was the last time you heard any politician from Salisbury speak with such eloquence and clarity, ladies and gentlemen? Tell me, when was the last time? So Jabawi, Coolibee Street, Montrachet, what are you waiting for? To officially make your member of parliament come tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I know it's a bit cold, and I know you came here to listen to all the wonderful speakers. But with the little rain and in the month of December, we need to give you a little something also to jump up and shake yourself. So let me call in one of the young popular musicians, Mr. Kwan, to keep us a little warm and a little active, ladies and gentlemen.
Little boy, how we looking? Yes, I. Wow. Okay. Whoa. 5 more years. 5 more years. 5 more years. 5 more years. We say power. Labor. You say power. Labour. 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 We voting him twice. Mr. V so nice, we voting him twice. Labour Party nice, we voting him twice. Mr. V so nice, we voting him twice.
What my people say?
Labour. 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 Labour.
Tell that to your neighbor.
Labour.
Labour.
Labour. Labour.
Okay. Low.
Wow.
I encourage everybody tomorrow to go out and vote. And we vote in the Labour Party.
Put your
Nothing
X by the
else but
shoe.
the Labour Party. Nothing else but the Labour Party. Nobody that try to stop you, tell them never. Nobody that try to stop you, tell them never.
Where you voting?
Buy the shoe. Anybody that try to stop you is an enemy of progress, an ambassador of darkness,
And a
you
pal
see
rep.
A pal rep of poverty. You see, Labour, that's the way to go. Run with him. Run with him.
Labour. Jump. Okay.
Labour Party, that's
We voting him twice.
for you.
Mr. V so nice, we voting him twice.
For you.
Labour Party nice, we voting him twice.
There your flags.
Mr. V so nice, we voting him twice.
What we say?
We tell them Labour.
Labour.
Tell that to your neighbor. Labour.
Low. We have Mr. Vince. Go on, Mr.
Wow.
Boy, go on, the boy cool. You cool? Okay, the boy cool tonight. Yeah.
Boy, go cold tonight.
Okay. Anyways, thank you for
Wow.
having me. And tomorrow I encourage everybody to go out and vote. The X by the shoe. Labour is the way to go. Thank you
Don't
for
let
having
nobody
us.
stop you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Kwan. I'm sure by now you all properly warmed up, right? Just in time to bring in the next speaker, a cool, calm, and collective individual. The man from the valley, whom the opposition saw it fit to not send anybody against him, ladies and gentlemen. The man who saw Dominica at the top of the table when it came to managing the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to introduce, to bring to the microphone, my friend, my brother, my colleague, the man from the valley who see that already be called for labor, ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Dr. McIntyre. Put your hands together for him. Thank you.
They can't keep a good man down, always keep a smile when they want me to frown.
Thank you very much, Dr. Daru. Let me just recognize, although not here, but will be here with us later, the Honorable Prime Minister, my other cabinet colleagues, other candidates on the platform with me. A special good night to them all. And most of all, a special good night to everyone gathered here, the Labour family, and also those from the Valley who've transversed all over the place with us, regardless if we don't have an election tomorrow in the Roseau Valley, but nonetheless, they have seen the importance of following the campaign and supporting the campaign. So let me say a special thank you to them. But it's my pleasure to be here, and it's a really big day for us tomorrow. And tomorrow, it's as simple as having to make a decision and having to make a choice. We have to choose. And we have to choose who is the better team tomorrow. But on one hand, you have the Dominica Labour Party, a party that is well structured, a party that is organized, a party that makes time and is accessible to its constituents, a party that listens to the people, so we know the people, we feel the people, we have an idea of what the people want, and then we plan and we put policies in place to help the people. This is a party that addresses the major issues facing the world today. This is a party that has put climate change and making Dominica the first climate resilient country in the world first. This is a party that addresses clean energy. This is a party that addresses tourism. You can see the developments in tourism and our hotels. This is a party that addresses the housing situation. This is a party that addresses the educational needs of our people. And the list can go on and on. Our social welfare programs and our employment programs with the NEP, our small business unit, and so many different plans and policies that this party has put in place to uplift you, the Dominicans, and to empower us as a people. On the contrary, we have the opposition. We have the other side. And what the other side engages in more often than not is basically criticism. They engage in a lot of criticism which we don't have time for. As for their plans, when you ask about plans for housing, for education, for health, absolutely no discussion on those things. Because they have absolutely no plans for those things. So here you are. You have the Dominica Labour Party, a well-structured, organized party that is addressing your needs as Dominicans, as opposed to an opposition party that is criticizing and constantly talking about personalities and people. Us in the Labour Party, we don't have this discussion about personalities. They are fixed on the Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, all about personalities and incidents. Us in the Labour Party, we are at a higher level. We discuss ideas. If they want to come in this game, they have to rise to our level. They have to start talking about ideas. They have to start talking about plans and policies for you. We are not in this gossip, criticism thing and personalities thing. This is not us. And the truth is, you cannot blame us for being the better party. We have done the work. We go out there and meet you. We listen to you. We hear your cries. And then we plan and we put policies in place to uplift you. It's not an easy road being a PAL rep. Don't ever think this is an easy job. Most of us have left our professional comfort zones to come into public office because we had a deeper sense of purpose. We were not coming here looking for jobs. We were like big fishes in small ponds, and we needed the national level for us to come and show our sense of purpose and our love for you, the people of Dominica. That is why, this is why we're in this, and this is why we're the better party. Look at the sort of candidates we have here. All candidates, not just educated, but knowledgeable candidates. Candidates who have that sense of public concern. Candidates who've come to make things better. It's nothing to do with personality and personal gain. It's all about you, the people of Dominica. That is why we are the better party. Because we put you first at every single moment. And let alone, there are so many examples. But a nice typical example of the sort of love this government had for its people was how we treated our people during the times of COVID. It was with love. We made sure that everybody was taken care of. And everything was done free of charge for you, the people of Dominica. That wasn't done in many places of the world. Not at all. And I've said it before, and I will say it again, I'll remind you, when we tested you positive, we'd come and collect you, we'd bring you to the hospital, which we set up in 1 week. These governments set up a hospital in Portsmouth in 1 week. A hospital that had a greater occupancy than the Princess Margaret Hospital. And when we took care of you, and then we gave medicine free, we dropped you at your home free. Everything was done free of charge for you. That is the love and the care this Labour Party government showed for you in hard times. Now, and we can go much further and further, but I know time is limited. You also have to look at the bigger plans and policies this government have in place. Because let alone health, there's what you call the social determinants as health. So it's not just a matter of building health centers and hospitals and all of that. They all work together. So that is why we have the housing revolution, and that is part of developing us, because these are the social determinants of health. When we have 98% pipe-borne water in our homes, all these are the social determinants of health. When we have the early childhood education, and when we also have the universal secondary education, and the Free State College, and the scholarship study abroad, developing people from health, from education, from housing, is a complete, comprehensive development of you, the people of Dominica. And you have to recognize this. So they shouldn't blame us when I say we are the better party, because you know we are the better party. And now this comes at a very interesting time, a very significant time in our development. We've gone, well, not we, but the entire world went through COVID-19. COVID-19 has put brakes on every country in the world. And even in spite of this, we were still opening health centers and hospitals and resource centers and housing projects. In spite of all of this. And here comes, COVID is cooled off. Then you have the demand going up, prices going up. We have the war in Ukraine, we have the oil prices. These are terrible and crucial times for any country. But yet, we have not stopped any of our capital projects. They still continue to go on for you, the people of Dominica. And like a government, even you in your homes, you have to press the reset button because COVID changed everything. The entire world looks at things differently since COVID. You saw the bigger countries crumble under COVID. And here we are, a small developing island state. If you ask me, I think you did very, very well. Not just the Ministry of Health and the government, but even you, the people of Dominica, your cooperation with us, that is why we are doing that well. So this is a very important time. The reset button has been pressed, and then we also had new blood. And not just new blood, but knowledgeable blood. We have 10 new candidates. These are the caliber of people the Dominica Labour Party attracts. The other side cannot attract people like this. And why do these people join the Dominica Labour Party? Because that's the only serious party in Dominica looking after the people of Dominica. That's the bottom line. That is the bottom line. So tomorrow's election is really not about personalities and parties, etc., and colors. This is serious business. This is Dominica we're voting for tomorrow. You all hear, this is the choir, and I'm singing to the choir. But those listening at home, we have to put our little petty differences aside. Put these colors and put these parties aside. Let us recognize what we are voting for. We are voting for the future of this country. We are voting for all our programs to continue. Because labor touches everyone, as I said, from the cradle to the grave. All these programs in place. So this is what we are voting for tomorrow. So those at home, please don't say that labor has won already. You have to go there, exercise your democratic right, and select the best party for the job. It happens that the Dominica Labour Party is still the party of choice. And even if sometimes we take medication, it may taste bitter, but we know the bigger picture, we know it's going to be better and it's going to cure us. So for those of you at home might figure, well, I'm not a Labourite. This has nothing to do with labor and workers. This has something to do with the right thing. This has something to expressing your democratic right. This has something to play in part and legitimize your concerns. So later on, when you have your concerns and your complaints, you can say, yes, I took part in the election, so I can voice my opinion. Is that correct, Luke? That is correct. So my student here agrees with me. Very well. So ladies and gentlemen, those of you here, it's my pleasure to address you tonight. But when you all go home, you have a job to do. You have to go to all your neighbors, your friends, your family. You have to encourage them and make sure you bring them to vote tomorrow. This is a very important election. This is the reset election. This is the election after COVID and after the Ukraine war. That is how we'll remember this election. And you have to be counted in the history of this election. So everybody tomorrow, Labour! Labour! Thank you very much. Thank you.
We giving Dr. Skerrit and Labour values again. Hey, 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 hey. Dominicans.
Thank you, Dr. Mark. Labor rights. Labor rights, the next speaker or the next person, the next item on the agenda. Let me bring to the platform, to the podium, your political leader, the Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and still will be the Prime Minister come tomorrow. Roosevelt Skerrit, ladies and gentlemen.
I had a chance to live my life again. Without pretending, I would tell you plain. I've made a lot of mistakes in this life. I would like to change. But of all the things that I hold dear to me, one is being born and raised in this country.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Tony is in the house, yes. All right. Let me, good evening to everybody. I am here to introduce our candidates from the west and the south of Dominica. Since childhood, our next candidate has been involved in creating employment opportunities by developing the approaches to fisheries and sports within his community. Ladies and gentlemen, citizens of Dominica, laborites, constituents of Pittitsavan, meet a community man that is determined to doing the necessary work to ensure that his beloved constituents receive their fair share of opportunities. Meet Julian Defoe, a grassroots man who is ready and willing to help the Dominica Labour Party maintain the stability of Dominica.
Yeah. Living in the positive. And I know good will conquer evil. Jah is here amidst the battle. And I know love will overcome hatred. Oh yeah, living in the positive.
Thank you. In every continent of the world, this next gentleman has been a familiar face, flying the Dominica flag with pride. Having represented this country and the Labour Party in several capacities for the last 2 decades, he is as versatile and Labour to the bone as it gets. If you thought I was introducing Asa Banton, you wouldn't be far off, ladies and gentlemen. Because the only other person who has represented Granby and the Labour Party in continents as far as North America and Europe is Dr. Vince Henderson. Welcome him to the stage, ladies and gentlemen. In quick time, this lady has climbed the ranks to become a veteran in the Labour Party. As a proud daughter of the soil, she made sure that as her stature grew in global circles, so did Dominica's. Today, our tourism sector is back on its feet, and the constituency of Soufrière is developing rapidly because of Dennis Charles, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome her on the stage. I will never forget
when this young lady volunteered her services to represent the people of her constituency, purely in the name of patriotism. She saw that they needed representation after Hurricane Maria, and she raised her hand. She didn't know it then, but I knew once she kept working for the people, she was going to be the next PAL rep for Rosa South. And Rosa South proved me right in 2019 when they chose her. And I know they will prove me right again tomorrow when they come out in their numbers and vote for Shakira Lockett Hippolyte. Welcome on stage, a true warrior of the Labour Party and the people of Rosa South.
Shakira coming through. Boy, make way. Shakira coming through. Boy, Yaman, Sivale, we there.
It is rare to find someone as loved by everyone as the gentleman I'm about to welcome on stage. It is even rarer to find someone who loves people as much as he does. Hailing from a proud family of patriots who have served this country with pride, it should come as no surprise that Dr. McIntyre is one of the most popular and respected politicians to emerge in recent times. Welcome, Dr. Mac, on the stage, ladies and gentlemen.
But I'm so sad he does a rock, they just can't stop me now. Even when they said
the next lady I'm about to welcome on stage is no stranger to hard work and helping others. Everything she has put her mind to, she has succeeded at. Rosanaf, you have seen Miriam Blanchard's determination and tireless efforts over the years to fight for you. Tomorrow, I want you to get out and vote for her. But tonight, let's welcome on stage. Welcome the best choice for Rosanaf.
I voted for Miriam. Yeah, we voted for Miriam. We landed with our exes for Miriam. We rolling with show me red flags for. I'm straight up for. We love our Rosanaf is for. Yeah, man.
The next person whom I'm about to call started impacting lives before getting into politics and has continued to do so. She didn't become a politician because she was looking for a job. And she did not become a parliamentarian for fame or personal gain. My friends, Melissa Poppin Skerrit, my wife.
Who we voting?
Raised her hand because she was asked to represent Roseau Central. Not by me, but the people themselves. Let us welcome her on stage and give her a round of applause for answering the call to selflessly serve and doing it with grace.
Labour Party. Who we voting? Who we voting? Labour Party. Who we voting? Who we voting? Labour Party. Labour Party. Labour.
All right, thank you. I, nor the Labour Party can take credit for the emergence of the next individual I'm about to welcome on stage. Yes, he'll be the first to say that the Labour Party provided opportunities for him and many other young persons to excel. But it is he, through his hard work over the years, who deserves all the plaudits he has earned to this day. Constituents of Maho, you have shaped Castle de Laville into the kind of man that you were calling for to represent your constituency. You helped raise your next PAL rep, a true community man, a true family man. So come together and welcome him on stage. I've always said that politics is about loving people. So when you love them, you listen to them. Listening and genuinely catering to people's needs is what the next young lady has proven to be good at. And I have no doubt she will be rewarded for it tomorrow night at the polls. Salisbury has unearthed a talent. A talent by the name of Lindsay Frank. And I want everyone here to welcome her on stage. I believe she has a bright future in Dominican politics. And she is easily the best choice for the people of Salisbury. Ladies and gentlemen, I joked that he could pass for my son. But the truth is that when I look at the next young man I'm about to call on stage, I see more than resemblance. I see courage. I see passion for taking our country forward. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Darren Lloyd on stage. And take a good look. And take a good look what the next power rep for the St. Joseph constituency looks like. Welcome him on stage tonight and vote for him at the polls tomorrow.
Yeah, baby. Darren, he can run the show. You already know. Darren, he don't come to play on election day. Darren, that could bring new life. You don't know the vibes. Darren, stay with me.
Ladies and gentlemen, last night at Woodford Hill, I presented the other half of the team. Tonight, I present to you the second half of the team. all 21 candidates who will serve in the Parliament of Dominica come December 7th. Thank you. God bless.
Labor rights, let's hear it for our team. Ladies and gentlemen, now that you've met the second half of our team for the ages, I think it's all the time to bring you some more entertainment. So let us put our hands together for Rio and enjoy some music while we wait the next speaker, ladies and gentlemen.
We shall not be moved, just like the trees that planted by the waters. Labour Party shall not be moved.
Yeah. Wow. Dominica, if you put on, you know it's a labor. You put on, you know it's a labor. You put on, you know it's, and you really want to show it. You put on, you know it's a labor. Everybody, I put on, Lloyd. I put on labor. Tell that to my auntie, my sister, even the Lloyd. I put on, Lloyd. I put on labor. Tell that to my auntie, my sister, even the I tell you, Central, we put on. Daddy, yo, we put on. Lion, we put on. Mawa, we put on. Rose on North. Rose on South. Everybody, we want to show them. Hey, to the bone. We labor to the bone. Sing with me. To the bone. We labor to the 1, 2, 1, 2. I tell you, we fought on. Everybody, we fought on labor. We fought on. Yeah. I tell you, the hot was coming. The barrier coming. The hot was coming. So labor, we fought him. The hot was coming. Rose on up. Central. I tell you, I photo labor. Tell that to my auntie, my sister, even the neighbor. I photo labor. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Labour Party shall not be moved.
Right. Hey, bloody run now. Yeah, remember, tomorrow, December 6th, there is only one choice. Big up the Collier Massive one time. Big up Toothmoon. But you see, tomorrow, there is only one choice. The best choice. You understand? Labour, still the best choice. Only Collier Massive, you don't know. Big up Darren. Big up the Central Massive. Roseau South. Roseau Central, Grand Bay. Woodsy. Maho. Wesley. Cassie Bruce. Roseau North. Let me hear you scream, Roseau North. Tomorrow we voting Labour. Put the X by the shoe, you don't know. 1, 2. I tell you, Labour still the best choice. Labour still the best choice. No. 1, 2. You don't know already. Tomorrow we voting Labour. Put the X by the shoe. Okay, boom. Let's start.
We shall not be moved, just like the trees that planted by the waters. Labour Party shall not be moved.
Jean Guabe, $S. Let me hear my Grand Bay peeps. Because the next speaker is your now parliamentary representative, and still will be tomorrow, December 6th, my friend and brother, the Honorable Dr. Vince Henderson. Let's make him feel welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Tell that to your neighbor. Levo. Take him out to pity your cafe boy. I tell you, don't fuck up, don't sleep on you and put some blue. Put your ex on by the shoe for Mr. Vince and his crew.
Thank you very much, Dr. Daru. I want to say a special good evening to all of you. And I want to thank you for joining us here in St. Joe City. I am, in this election, the only man to move from one city to the next in Dominica. I was part rep of St. Joe City, and now I am in Grand Bay City. I want to say a special good evening to our Prime Minister and all my colleague candidates who are here this evening. In the South, we have it locked down. We have it locked down in the South. From Petit Savan, Soufriere, Grand Bay, Roseau South, we have it locked down. So in the South, we're locked down. And somebody else will talk about the West, moving all the way to Salisbury. Yeah. But, brothers and sisters, boy, my good friend in front there, where is she now? She go, man. Somebody telling me to say, Maho! But this election is like no election we have ever seen. Those of us who have voted before, who have campaigned before, who have participated in elections before, since our independence, we have never seen an opposition party accepting defeat without even putting up a challenge. It is the first time that an election has been called and the opposition party went into hiding. You know, opposition parties are supposed to be governments in waiting. So they're waiting to become the government. They're waiting to become prime minister. They're waiting to become ministers. So they're waiting. But if you're waiting for something, what do you do? If you are waiting for something, what do you do? Exactly, you prepare. So you take your time and you start preparing. But this time the opposition was not prepared. But I want to tell you a little story. Because in 1999, when I came to St. Joe, returning home, because I was invited to serve, I was nominated, or rather selected, by the people of the St. Joseph constituency to be the next candidate. And you remember that at the old school, remember that? That is where we had the elections. And I was selected in November of 1999. And I remember walking throughout this entire constituency, going to places that I'd never been before, going to Bells, to Glogomier, and going throughout the constituency to introduce myself to people. And I remember at the time, we were there preparing, and we even launched Skerrit, you know, a fella from Vekas. You remember him? On my birthday on December 19th, in 1999, in Vekas, we launched Roosevelt Skerrit. And in Maho, my good friend, Rayburn Blackmore decided he was joining us. And we started. Rosie Douglas started recruiting us and preparing. Because when you are an opposition party, you are preparing to be the government. So that's what we did. But I'll tell you something. On December 31st, 1999, the Workers' Party left. I remember they left St. Joe with their Lapo Cabwits, and they went up somewhere in the east. And by the time I heard a loud noise, on January 1st, 2000, I remember Hezron telling me, Hendo, them man call elections. I say, we bon de no deba. Because even if we were preparing, we know they were so strong. Doreen Paul was so strong in St. Joe. Vernice Belloni was so strong in Vekas. We say, we bon day, we can't beat them people there. Because we were just preparing ourselves. We just come in that, you know. We just come. But we work. And you know what we did? We recruited an army of young people in this constituency. Bones, you remember that? You were maybe too young to vote, but you were there. We recruited an army of young people, and we started putting up our flags, getting our piece of red cloth, tying old shoes. Remember that? And then, well, by that time, I had a little training in computer science, so I had liked computers. I started making posters. We were quoting shirt by Crazy T. You remember that? We were quoting shirt by Crazy T, and we had nice people around. Gerard just played music for us every day, every night. We had buses going, hoping that somebody wouldn't give us pressure for their money, and people came together, and we built a movement. We built a movement because we were determined to serve our people. And I know at the same time, my friend in Vekas, he was also doing the same thing. And by the time the election day came, we won. But I think I want to tell you this, because at the time, I was 28. Skerrit was 27. He's 6 months younger than me. And we as young people were given the opportunity. We were given the opportunity to serve. And now, 22 years later, look at our candidates. Not only young people, you know, but very young people. And they are well-trained people. They are people who've served their communities and people who are now making themselves ready to even serve further. This is what the Dominica Labour Party stands for. A party that is prepared to give young people a chance. Because we believe in our youth. We believe in our young people. We don't take them for granted. But the other party, you know what they did? They took a 38-year-old man and tell him, boy, you're too young. Remember how old Skerrit was when we made him prime minister? We made him prime minister, not just the leader of the party. At a very early age, 31, 32 years. Masley, another fellow from Vekas, is 38 and they're telling him he's too young. By the time you're 38, if you're a sportsman, you're a cricketer, you're ready to retire, you know. 38 is an old man, you're not young again. If you're an athlete, you're a basketballer, you're 38, you're ready, you're ready, you have done your stuff. Not that you can't go still. But the point is, Dominica Labour Party trusts young people. We give them opportunities and we allow them to serve, we allow them to lead, but the UWP doesn't worry about young people. But instead, what they will seek to get young people to do is create destruction. And this is why I'm telling you, this is a very important election. So I want when you leave here tonight, and you return to your homes, you return to your constituencies, you must ensure that we are ready tomorrow to vote the Dominica Labour Party in a big way. Because, and I will tell you why it is important that we do that, you know. It is important because we need to send a message. You know, labor rights, I know you like a good campaign, and for 30 days we really give you a good campaign. We give you enough fat, enough butter, and you enjoyed it. Well, Makamati enjoyed it too. But what we must seek to ensure we do tomorrow is to, once we've voted, we want to make sure that every Labour Party candidate gets a resounding victory so that this will be the end of the UWP. But most importantly, we also want to send a message that we believe in Roosevelt Skerrit as the leader of the Dominica Labour Party. And that Labour is still the best choice for Dominica. So once the day breaks, I won't tell you about bathing or not bathing. I will leave that for somebody else. But we have to ensure that we go to vote early because we have to secure that victory very early. We're not taking any chances. We're not leaving anything to chance because we have to protect our country. That vote tomorrow is to protect Dominica for peace, prosperity, and to protect our democracy. That's why I want you to take this very seriously, Don't go saying we win already. We must turn out to vote in large numbers because we must do this for Dominica. We must do this for Dominica so that we can get back to work, so that we can continue the good work that we have started for you. We are doing this for you, for your children and generations to come. You have seen what the Labour Party has been able to do in difficult times. And therefore you know that you can always trust us. Because Labour is the stability that Dominica needs in the next 5 years and moving into the future. And this is why, once we ensure that we get a resounding victory, we will continue the work that we started on building a better Dominica. Continuing to build a Dominica that has been ravaged by 2 major natural disasters and COVID. The war in Ukraine continues to affect us. But we are committed to ensuring that we can create opportunities for more employment so that you can have more money in your pocket. Our investment in our international airport is to ensure that we can grow our tourism sector, to ensure that more visitors can come to our shores, to ensure that we can export more of our agricultural produce and any other value-added products. We are doing this to ensure that we can make life better for Dominicans in time to come. We have already made the major investments building world-class hotels. For the first time in our history in Dominica, you know that. We know that. Every time we invited people to Dominica to host regional meetings or international meetings, we never had a place that we would feel proud of. We never had a place that was comfortable enough to host some of our international colleagues. Today, we boast of the Kempinski Hotel, which is a 5-star hotel, a luxury hotel. We have seen in Salisbury, Lincia, in Salisbury, with employment of over 100 people, we are seeing the construction of a new hotel. Another world-class facility when it is done. And in Portsmouth, we see work continues on the construction of the Onichi Resort and Spa. These are investments that have been made to ensure that Dominica can take off, to ensure that people can get more employment with money in their pocket. In the South, in the South, we have one of the luxurious, eco-friendly hotels in the world at Jungle Bay. We have employment, and I know a lot of us from Grand Bay are working at Jungle Bay. That is an investment that your government has participated in. And in the Roseau Valley, Dr. Mack, soon you will have the Rainforest Spa and Resort. So your government is working. Your government is working to make these investments to ensure that people can get employed so that we can create better opportunities for our people. But we have to keep saying that because sometimes when the time comes to vote, some of us are reluctant. Some of us forget that we're voting to ensure that we have the NEP. And by the way, where's my NEP coordinator now? Supervisor. Sorry, but in Grand Bay we have the best NEP team, you know. We are voting to ensure that the thousands of people who continue to benefit from the NEP, and in Tetmon, boy, I almost end up in trouble. I forget Tetmon. Tetmon has the best NEP team too. So both of them are the best. But we are voting to ensure that we can continue having opportunities. We are voting to ensure that Dominica is a stable country that continues to grow. And this is why tomorrow, when we wake up, we're going to vote for the Dominica Labour Party. But before I depart from the podium, we're in St. Joe. And St. Joe has, would say, the ability of selecting some young men. They pick us up young, eh? They don't give us chance. So they took me at 28, and now we bring in Darren. We bring in Darren, who is even younger than when I started. And Darren is going places. I have seen him. I have worked with him for the past 28 days, and I am proud to be a St. Joe man with him. Because Darren really embraces the opportunity to serve his people. And that, to me, is one of the best things you can have in a member of parliament. But he's a man of humility. You see, he looking like a tall fella, but he's very soft-spoken, although he speaks a little loud on the stage. But when you talk to him, you will see the gentleness of this guy. And I have no doubt that once you give Darren the confidence with the vote that he deserves, a big victory in St. Joe, he will have the confidence to go forward and serve you to the best of his ability. So tonight, I beg all of you in St. Joseph constituency, those of you who are hearing my voice, I urge you to give Darren even more support than you gave to us before. Because Darren is going places and St. Joe is going places. Labor rights! Labor rights! All you ready to vote? Are you ready to vote? So as soon as we leave here, we're going home, we're going to sleep, to wake up early so that we can vote, so that by lunchtime, we have our victory secured for the Dominica Labour Party. Good night. Good night.
Labor, tell that to your neighbor. Labor, take him to 50 yoke of pepper. I tell you, don't put up, don't sleep on you and put some blue.
Jaguar Bay, put your hands together for your next pal rep. But Vince, as if I know your Sakis for the night, you leave Sakis behind tonight, man, Vince. Where's Sakis? Okay, cool. Okay, thank you. Labor rights, the next speaker is no stranger to you. She is the one who had Rosa Central, our city, on lockdown since last election, ladies and gentlemen. And we have absolutely no doubt that tomorrow, December 6th, she will continue to run the city, Rosa Central, ladies and gentlemen, labor rights. So put your hands together for Melo, for Rosa, labor rights.
Labour Party. Who we voting? Labour Party. Who we voting? Labour Party. Labour Party. Labour.
I love you too. God is good. I'm all the time. And tomorrow he's going to be good to us.
Labor, tell that.
I bring you warm greetings from Rosa Central. Yeah, my voice is... I want to thank you for being here tonight to celebrate with Darren and the Dominica Labour Party team. Thank you for putting your confidence in us. Thank you for your support during this campaign, for your enthusiasm, your energy, and the confidence that you have placed in our Prime Minister. Labor rights, Dominicans, this is it. We are on the eve of Decision Day in Dominica. We are about to usher in a new phase in our country's development. your leadership by choice. Central Massive, hear me out. With Darren Lloyd, the Dominica Labour Party, your future is in safe and stable hands. And so when you go to the polls tomorrow, vote for stability that only this Labour Party can provide you with. Put your X by the shoe. Make sure you put your X in the box. Don't, when you do the thumbprint, press down on the ballot paper. That's a spoiled ballot. We want you to vote properly. In these challenging times, the most logical choice is strength, proven leadership, the kind of leadership that has taken us through the tough times. You, Dominicans, will be voting for continued protection of our community and society and for a brighter future for our children and our young people. Darren Lloyd is young and vibrant, with a keen understanding of the needs of the young people of Bells, Layu Park, Mero, and St. Joe. It is his appreciation of your everyday reality that prompted him to enter this race, to stand as your flag bearer and as your champion in the Dominica Parliament. Ladies and gentlemen, I have every confidence that Darren will excel. He will make you proud, St. Joe. I have observed him over the past month. He has worked hard, visiting every part of his constituency to meet with you and to listen to your concerns. And it is clear that he understands that politics is fundamentally about people, and that an effective representative must consider the views of the people that he serves. His approach is a reflection of the people-centered approach of the Dominica Labour Party. As you know, we are about improving your lives, responding to the needs of our vulnerable, our children, our elderly, and ensuring that every single Dominican has a fair shot at a comfortable life. At the national level in the past 3 years, we can point to a strong record of performance. And despite the harsh effects of Hurricane Maria on our infrastructure and COVID-19 on this economy, this government has transformed the education, housing, and the healthcare sectors. Our children from early childhood to tertiary levels have greater access to education. Hundreds are in a safe, resilient home thanks to the compassionate policies of the Labour Party. Close to my heart is the Future Housing Program. This will give our young professionals the opportunity to own their own modern, luxurious homes and build generational wealth. Young people, these programs are designed just for you, so take advantage of these opportunities. The Labour Party is planning with you in mind because you must play a major role in the national reset. You are the key component in our efforts to prepare for the challenges and the opportunities which lie ahead. We have put together a capable team of young professionals and experienced head to chart the way forward. And each and every single one of you will be counted in this new term. Ladies and gentlemen, I spend a lot of time thinking of how we can help you make more money,
how we can give you more gigs, side gigs, have multiple incomes, how we can empower you and create new opportunities for you to build your independence. And this is why I'm so focused on helping our young people to tap into new ideas for business ownership. With this government investments in agriculture, the satisfied national demand and support for the export market, you too can get in on the action. I want to see the young people of this constituency rejuvenate themselves into the agricultural industry because it plays such a vital role in the new situationship of shipping and essential shortages. In 2023, we will see much more improvement in the agricultural industry from planting, maintenance, harvesting, marketing, and distribution of products in this era is one that is welcoming innovation. And we are proud of the partnerships that we are forming to do just that for you. We want and we need to enhance our agroeconomy. During the pandemic, we saw so many new businesses grow out of difficult situations. And I am ecstatic to begin 2023 with new ideas, concepts, and partners who can make our visions a reality. Many of our young people have already have success with livestock production, poultry, farming, vegetable production, agro-processing. We are seeing more local products on our supermarket shelves, our pepper sauce, packaged ground provision, powders, spices, seasonings, cocoa, oils, lotions. I mean, the list goes on. St. Joseph Youth, over the next term, Darren has our full backing to get more of you involved in these and similar ventures. Likewise, in Roseau Central, I am looking to expand the fisheries industry with the packaging of salted, smoked, dried fish products for the local market and export. You too can get involved in this industry. There is ample opportunity to do this in the St. Joseph, Layu area. For example, Layu is known for its titiwi. We can explore new ways of packaging and freezing. How about frozen titiwi akras that we can find on our shelves right here instead of the Jamaican patties? Fishermen and women, we will invest in your enterprises so that you can expand your catches as part of the national effort to boost food security. You have a beautiful beach in Layu as well. That's prime location for small business expansion. I see so much potential in your constituency. This area can be made ready for restaurants, a tourist stop with snackettes, bars, specializing in fish dishes with the side. I know you have your famous bakes and your akras in Layu that you're so well known for. We can promote this area as a premier tourist area offering water sports as well as beach volleyball, and other pastimes. These are just some of the ideas I think that can take root in your constituency. But tonight, you will hear much more from Darren on his plans to transform the economy of the entire St. Joseph constituency. Darren comes to you with a sound educational background. He was trained in electrical engineering at the Dominica State College, and he was awarded a government scholarship to study economics and trade in China. He last served as a teacher at the Dominica Grammar School, helping to mold the minds of our nation's youth. Darren was born and raised in St. Joseph, and his selflessness and love for people have always stood out. He's an inspiration to our young men and our women in this constituency who aspire to higher education, to improve their circumstances, and return home to assist in the development of the country. St. Joe, I assure you that you are in good hands with Darren. And so tonight, I ask you to give him your support. And I am calling on all the Lapo Cabwits, all the Lapo Cabwit bands. You need to dust off your drums this evening because get ready. Get ready for this landslide victory tomorrow night. It will be like Carnival Tuesday in December.
Who we voting? Who we voting?
Ladies and gentlemen, Liberites, I present to you your next parliamentary representative for the St. Joseph constituency, Mr. Darren Lloyd.
Yeah, baby. He can run the show. You already know, Darren. He don't come to play on election day, Darren. That could bring new life. You don't know the vibes, Darren. Stay with me, Darren. Come on, Darren. What a breath of fresh air. Darren Lloyd is top tier. Laborites thou shall not fear. You hear? You hear? You hear? No more time to talk.
Thank you so much. Liberites!
Yeah, baby. He can run the show. You already know.
Thank you. Senjo Ezola. Mero Ezola. Layu. Layu Park. Bells. Liberites. Tonight, I want you to join me in singing One Love, One Heart. Let's get together and be all right. One love, one heart. Feel all right. That's what I'm talking about, Liberites. Amazing grace, how sweet the song that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Let me firstly say a pleasant good evening to our Prime Minister, Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit. And a special good evening to the incoming parliamentary representative for the Roseau Central constituency, Melissa Skerrit. In a special way, let me say good evening to each and every one of my cabinet colleagues, and to you, the people of the St. Joseph constituency. I love you so much, and good evening to you. Tonight, I want to thank our former parliamentary representative, Dr. Addis King, for all that she has done for St. Joseph and for all that she continues to do for us. Good night, brothers and sisters. I welcome you to the St. Joseph constituency. I would like to begin with a very brief story. A few days ago, I visited a home that brought both great optimism and satisfaction to my heart. Friends, I was welcomed to the home of one of the most loyal supporters of the United Workers' Party in St. Joseph. Who Jah bless, no man curse. I sat with my dear friend and spoke to her of the many possibilities of a progressive and fierce St. Joseph. A St. Joseph where we can all come together as one people to identify and address some of the major challenges which affect us as a people. The idea of unity and togetherness resonated in the heart of my dear sister. My friends, I left her home with the full assurance of receiving an ex from herself and her household of 7
on election day. Who Jah bless? My friends, I say this to say that if we can put our differences aside and come together as one people for the common cause of progress and development, then we can undoubtedly make tremendous strides within our respective constituencies. St. Joseph, St. Joseph, St. Joseph, it is my desire to work closely with you, my people, to solve the issues that confront us and tirelessly work towards bringing development to our constituency. Now, I understand that the people of St. Joseph are proud and independent people. Such qualities have resulted in a very progressive constituency. St. Joseph boasts of having some of the most progressive farmers in all of Dominica. And I say this without any fear of contradiction or retribution. In all of Dominica, individuals whom I have the greatest respect and admiration for. As a matter of fact, I have grown to admire the work ethic, progressive mentality, and contributions made by individuals such as Dundee Frampton and Calvin Charles, among others. Irrespective of political allegiance, irrespective of contrasting ideologies, irrespective of divisive operatives, just as we have seen that stalwart of the UWP in St. Joseph pledging her support to the ideas of unity, progress, and development, it is my cry and my desire that those who are still not on board will do the same. It is my desire that you will do the same. Jasenjo, I know that you understand that government is not here to solve all your problems. And you have shown that in your very being. The reality is that we cannot do everything on our own. And there are times we are going to require government's intervention to provide the opportunities which we can take advantage of. Opportunities that you, as independent people, can maximize and multiply. I do not want to be the best politician, but a fair representative. As I have said in the past, the distribution of resources must be done in a fair and transparent way. If building materials are to be allocated to a particular family in need, I expect that family to receive every block sent to them. Now, listen to me very carefully. Just as the Honorable Prime Minister said that non-performing parliamentary representatives will be fired, I direct this stern warning to my future executive team that if you are not performing and working in the best interest of my people, you will be fired. Now, irrespective of what the pundits may say, this government administration has been extremely benevolent to the people of this constituency. We have seen dozens of homes being constructed for our people, a hurricane shelter which we can all benefit from, the commencement of the road project from the Hillsborough Bridge to the York Valley Bridge, hundreds of our people gainfully employed under the National Employment Program, And the list, my friends, goes on and on and on. Now, I never go about making promises. I never go around making promises. But I give you the full assurance that I will speak vociferously for my people. And I will provide you with effective leadership. I would always say, my friends, I would always say, and you can quote me on that before anything, my allegiance, Darren Lloyd's allegiance, is first to the people of the St. Joseph constituency. Now, my friends, I am putting everything on the line to ensure that my constituency receives its fair share of the pie. Just St. Joe, I will do whatever it takes to ensure that the homeless are provided with housing, that farmers are provided with proper feeder roads and assistance when necessary, that the young people of this constituency are engaged with sustainable employment, and very importantly, that the concerns of all my constituents are listened to, which will be followed with prudent action. We will implement improvement enhancement groups in Mero and Bells. The issue of Bells NEP employee commuting all the way to St. Joseph to receive payments is one that must be addressed. As one people, we will work towards the completion of the road leading to the York Valley Bridge, and then from there to Layu Park. We need to develop our Layu Beach and return beach sporting activities to the community, as so brilliantly articulated by my dear colleague candidate, Melissa Skerrit. More attention and emphasis must be placed on my Mero community, especially in the areas of tourism and agriculture. My people, I will listen to you, especially when we disagree, because I will not know all the answers. And we are going to need all hands on deck if we want to be successful in our endeavors. I am extremely proud to be part of the new generation of leaders in our country. Dominica yearned for the expertise and talents of young persons like Comrade Lyncia Frank, who spoke earlier, the Honorable Lakia Joseph, the Honorable Darren Pinard, and myself. This team of professionals is not about fighting in the streets as if we are uncivilized. As your representatives, we will never encourage you to be fighting like animals. You are not Tarzan or George of the Jungle. We know well, my people, we know well, and we understand that the people of St. Joseph, that the people of Salisbury, that the people of Dominica are not animals. We are and always will be one united people. This is not a war-torn country. This is the Commonwealth of Dominica. We are not violent people. Instead of fighting each other, let us instead fight for the cause of our people in parliament and in cabinet. Let us fight against poverty. Brothers and sisters, let us fight against division. The only fight this Dominica Labour Party wants to engage in, and the only fight I want every Dominican to engage in, is the peaceful fight for the best interests of the people of Dominica. To the people of Salisbury, Marigot, and Rosa North, Ezola, Rosa North, Ezola, Salisbury, Ezola, Rosa North, Marigot! Now more than ever, my friends, you have a profound opportunity to elect a parliamentary representative who will fight for the right cause. You have the opportunity to be a part of this government, an opportunity to reap unprecedented success in your respective constituencies, an opportunity to let the entire world see your pride as a people. But the truth is, my friends, all these amazing things begin with a vote. I remember speaking with several farmers from our constituency who would speak passionately about the completion of proper farm roads. We appreciate the efforts of this government for all it has done and continue to do for our farmers. I do agree that much still has to be done, which is why I say to the farmers that I hear their concern and we will continue to work on your behalf to alleviate these concerns. I will regurgitate the ideas and grievances of my people. PM, please don't get fed up of me. And together, we will manifest these ideas into reality. In the end, my friends, in the end, I am not asking for much. We as a party are not asking for much. What we are asking for is your unequivocal support for your son of the soil on election day. I urge you to go out there tomorrow morning and rally behind my dear brothers and sisters. Go out there tomorrow morning and vote for progressive ideas and capable talents. Go out there tomorrow morning and vote for togetherness and for a fight for the right cause. My friends of this constituency, I want to urge you to go out there tomorrow morning and vote for Darren Lloyd and the Dominica Labour Party. Let me end by saying that I came here with a team to create more teams within the St. Joseph constituency. I am no independent candidate, and don't let anyone fool you. Any independent candidate who comes by themselves only come here to represent themselves. We are coming as a team to create more teams to represent you, the people of the St. Joseph constituency. Finally, let me express my love to you, the people of my constituency, and my continued admiration for what you represent as a people. I know that you will make the right choice come tomorrow. And I know that tomorrow evening, Darren Lloyd will be your new parliamentary representative. Thank you. May God bless you. And may God bless the Commonwealth of Dominica.
When I see labor, I see victory. I see 5 more years, I see history. When I see labor, I see victory. Darren Lloyd for St. John City. We full of votes. Over 15,000 votes. We full of votes. Hold on. Listen. I've been singing for the entire week. So you're not working hard on my voice. My voice ready to go.
But I decide to give up my voice for all you. And all you, tomorrow is the day. If you know you're voting tomorrow, let me see your hands in the air. Who has vote? More than 20,000 votes. Tomorrow is the day. Tomorrow is the day. I don't even what I am, for what I not yet see. I don't even who I love, because of no jealousy. Who we voting tomorrow? We love our Labour Party. We love our Labour Party. We ain't living for nobody. We ain't living for nobody. Labour! 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 Yeah. Hold on. Hold on a while. Hold on a while. Hold on a while. I'm going to give all you the new line for tomorrow. And whoever are the candidates that going up against you, that is the line for them. Because all my labor rights, all my power reps, must win. That's a must win sit right there. Listen to this. Just listen to that one. I not even what I have for what I not yet see. We not leaving DLP to vote for Koshoni. I love my Labour Party. I ain't leaving for no one. I love my Labour Party. We ain't leaving for nobody. Let's go. Let's go. Who's the best choice? Skerrit! You can talk and make your noise. When I do, Labour still the best choice. Labour still the best choice. Housing revolution, national employment program, universal education, development in the. When I send Joku. Mr. Henderson! St. Joe! Labour still the best choice! I'm playing. If you vote it tomorrow, everybody go! 1, 2, let's go! Labour still the best choice! 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 Give me Labour every day. For the bourgeois and the malaway. Look, the airport's on its way. Geothermal energy, stability is key. Melissa Skerrit, Missy, tell them for me. It's my PM for me. Let's go. Who we love? We love our Prime Minister. We love our Prime Minister. We're not changing rules by Skerrit. We love our Prime Minister. Everybody, take a jump. Jump. We love our Prime Minister. Take us in the back, Colio in the back. We going to win Salisbury, that is why they mad. We don't have Marigot. Look now, they're scared. Who's very Skerrit? We love our Prime Minister. We love our Prime Minister. We love our Prime Minister. Hold on. I have a chant that I've been doing all around. When I say, what Labour done, All you reply to me, that's a stupid question. When I say, what Labour done, you tell me that's a stupid question. What Labour done? 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 Mr. Vince, allow me 1 minute. You can allow me 1 minute? 1 minute for me. What Labour done? 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 National Employment Program. Yes, we care program. Housing revolution. Free tuition for college students. Windsor Park Stadium. The college in Stockfarm. Eole Blanc Highway. Kenfield to Marigot Highway. China Friendship Hospital. Many health wellness centers on island. Soufriere Scotts at Seawall. Point Michel Seawall. Grand Bay Boulevard. Rose on the Promenade. That's a stupid question. Labour still do more things. Labour still do more things. Hold on. Free transportation for school children. Free health care for the elderly and for children under 18. $300 for the senior citizen. Over 6 5-star hotel. Night landing in Dominica. Brand new state house. Brand new school in Newtown. Brand new school in Maho. Relocation of the Pidin Savan constituency. Thousands of scholarships to students. Newtown Fisheries. Assisting small business. Indoor sporting facility in Massac. 230 in the Soufriere constituency. Free gas for the elderly. That's the gas tank. Free gas. Free gas tanks for the elderly. And you know what I love so much? We take back our electricity company. Wow. That's a stupid question. That's a stupid question. Darren, that's a stupid question. Labour! Central! Victory!
DJ Shield, why are you breathing?
I gotta go. Come true. This is your city. This is your city. Central. Tomorrow. This is the man. This is the man. This is the man. Saint Jose, they like, hold on. Saint Jose, they love Darren Lloyd. He represents Saint Joe with pride and joy. No matter if them man call you a little boy. Remember, empty barrel make the most noise. Wow. I gotta go. Love you. Tomorrow is election day. Make sure you put your X by the shoe. I see another symbol. A tree. We're going to implement the tree tomorrow. We're going to implement the tree. We're going to vote. Listen, we're going to vote. Easy does it. The election, they cannot stop it. Roosevelt Skerrit, it's you that cause it. Everybody going to lose their deposit.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. Labor rights. Are you feeling it? Thank you very much. But before I bring on the next speaker, my friend Ambassador Martin Charles, to introduce the final speaker for the night. Tomorrow is election day, ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow is December 6th. And while we are sure, while we know that the results are a foregone conclusion, that the DLP is going to come home victorious tomorrow, tonight, let us err on the side of caution, ladies and gentlemen. We have ensured that we are bringing down the curtains on the meeting tonight very early for a number of reasons. Number one, that you can go home and get some sleep and some proper rest for tomorrow. And number two, please be reminded that you know who the other people and them, they're somewhere around and most likely looking for trouble. We want you to go straight home from St. Joe, ladies and gentlemen. Straight home. We are a family of love and a family of peace. And we want each and every one of you to be voting tomorrow. Thank you very much. So let me now introduce my friend and brother, Ambassador Martin Charles, to introduce our final speaker. Ambassador.
Labor! Labor! My dear friends, I have a difficult task tonight to introduce, to speak to us, a humble man. I want to say to you that in the year 2000, Dr. the Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit became the Member of Parliament for the Vickers constituency. And at the death of the deceased Prime Minister Pierre Charles in 2004, Dr. the Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit became Prime Minister. From there on, Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit has been relentless in his pursuit to improve the living standard of every Dominican citizen. He has led us well. We all will agree that Dr. the Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit has taken Dominica to a whole new level. In 2005, he said to us that together we must take Dominica to the next level. Today, even the blind people can see all the development that has taken place in Dominica between 2005 and 2014. That's why we shouted with one voice, Labor Katwavai. In 2019, he assured us that it was safer with Labor. And in 2022, we are all saying that Labor still is the best choice. That is stability, and stability we know is the key. My dear Laborites, I want you to say with me in one voice tonight, we are voting Labor. We are voting Labor. We have a good man at the helm of Labor, and that man is Dr. the Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit. I want you to say it with me tonight, those of you at the left, Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit. Let me hear you. Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit. Those in the center, Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit. Those on my right, Dr. Roosevelt. I want those sitting here to stand and say with me, Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit. And we all say together, Dr. Roosevelt. So I ask you, who got Fidel Castro to free 2 Dominican students from prison in Cuba? Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit. Who started the Universal Education Program? Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit. Who initiated the policy to have a university graduate in each household in Dominica? Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit. Who built the Windsor Park Stadium? Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit. I cannot hear those of you on the stage. Who brought international cricket to Dominica? Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit. Who cares for you? Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit. Who created the NEP? Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit. My dear brothers and sisters, who facilitated the relocation of Jungle Bay? Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit. Who love you, my dear friends? Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit. Who is the most empathetic, compassionate, and charismatic leader ever in Dominica? Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit. I have heard you, and now it is my pleasure to bring to the podium Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit.
I had a chance to live my life again. Without pretending, I would tell you plain. I've made a lot of mistakes in this life. I would like to change. But of all the things that I hold dear to me, one is being born and raised in this country. But no other place on earth would do for me.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Comrades and friends, ladies and gentlemen, tonight is the night when you must go home and ponder on the decision you will make tomorrow. I would not be so naive as to believe that everyone in this audience and those viewing at home on various social media platforms are all positive and confident about what they will do tomorrow. First, in going to the polling station, and secondly, in casting your vote correctly. As I said last evening, I am absolutely dumbfounded that leadership of a political party in Dominica could be advising voters to go into a polling station and spoil their ballots. How much more ridiculous can we get? Is there no moral, ethical minimum for these guys? So warped in their thinking that they were asking voters to reverse the hands of time. A right and a privilege that our forefathers fought and died to secure for ours and future generations is being thrown down the drain tonight by a group of malcontents who, amazingly up to tonight, are still divided among themselves as to what their position is and should be. They met with election observers this past weekend and ended up meeting in separate groups as a party. Edison James and Lennox Clinton met on Saturday as one half of the UWP. And Thompson Fountain met 2 days later as the leader of the party. Now, even the observers are confused. Can you believe this madness is happening in Dominica in 2022? I am Prime Minister. I have an entire country to run. But as political leader of the Dominica Labour Party, I led each delegation of the Labour Party to every meeting convened by the observers. This is how a serious political party functions, ladies and gentlemen. But they're so ready for office and for contesting elections that they have divergent views on what really their grievances are. Some say it is electoral reform. Others said not enough time was given for the opposition parties to get ready. Still, another senior official admitted that the biggest problem was lack of money and absence of volunteers on the ground. My question to you tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is what does all of these personal issues and circumstances have to do with the conduct of elections in Dominica? They are telling you not to vote, but they are in Salisbury in color orange, saying orange is a new blue. And then the same leadership of the UWP is in Marigot in the color purple, saying purple is the new blue. They refuse to contest the elections. But now tonight they are frantically trying to get at least 2 independent elected so they can buy them out over the next few months and ease themselves back in Parliament. Does that make any sense to you, ladies and gentlemen? You walked out of the front door and jumping back in through the side window. This is political madness, if ever there was such a thing. Have you ever heard or seen such confusion, ladies and gentlemen? This is the sort of political drama that one would expect from Spike Lee or even William Shakespeare. They are suggesting you play Russian roulette with your vote when scores of households in the southeast of Dominica are not sure where they will lay their heads this Christmas. They are rolling the dice to decide whether and how to vote when hundreds of Dominican students abroad waiting on government to send their tuition fees and help with the housing allowance. The UWP has the luxury tonight of fooling around with the issues of voting, while I have sick people in Dominica requiring urgent decisions on the source and process of care. Orange is the new blue. Purple is the new blue. Brown is the new blue. But in reality, there's nothing new about blue. It's the same old disconnected organization, controlled from living rooms of 3 octogenarians, ladies and gentlemen. The political gin rummy that they're playing is fun for them. But for those of us who know and understand government and governance, we cannot keep this country in drift mode for much longer. None of them has broken a sweat for 10 long years. They have no business. They have no professions. They have nothing invested in this country. They are just political noisemakers. On the other hand, those of us who are interested in the welfare and development of this country will need to have some very serious conversations in the new year. We need to act on a series of far-reaching issues, many of which have no origin or resolution here in Dominica, but which will impact us gravely if we do not let our voices be heard as one on what decisions are taken internationally. I said last night, climate change is not an abstract issue for Dominica and Dominicans. Global warming is not esoteric for us. The buildup of nuclear arms by some is not a joke when you live where we live. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, Dominica has got to begin to push a regional and international narrative that will require buy-in from us all. That is why I'm actually looking forward to having Thompson Fountain perform the role of political leader of the UWP. As someone who has lived abroad for many years, I believe he will be a little wider and broader in his focus. Edison James and Lennox Linton were too narrow-minded. For them, everything was about fighting and scoring cheap political points. Can you believe they did not openly support or endorse our bid to have a Dominican elected Secretary General of the Commonwealth? Baroness Scotland ran twice, and we never heard a squeak from the UWP of Dominica. Dr. Carissa Aitin became the Director General of PAHO, and I did not even believe they sent off a congratulatory note. The same obtained with Erwin Larrock while he served as Secretary General of CARICOM. Not even in these moments of national glory could the opposition in Dominica have lifted its game and presented a united front. These are the reasons I am calling tonight for a national reset. These are the reasons why, whether or not the United Workers' Party is represented in Parliament, I shall make an attempt to engage the new leadership of that party in my capacity as Prime Minister. They have a large percentage of support in this country, and even though their outdated leadership opted not to contest seats in these elections, I recognize that I'm going to need all hands on deck as we undertake to lift off from the bludgeoning effect of successive hurricanes, COVID-19, and now this global food chain crisis that is taking prices of basic items beyond the reach of average consumers in all these Caribbean islands. So these elections, ladies and gentlemen, will hopefully usher in a new era of Dominican public and private sector cooperation, as well as greater and more meaningful dialogue among political parties. I have made clear, I will not be here for very long, but I want to leave a functioning Dominica for my successor. I want to leave a Dominica that works for our children to grow up in, study, and work. This election is about a national reset. I forgive those elements of the opposition who are having withdrawal symptoms from not being able to draw a salary from Parliament for doing nothing for the people they were elected to represent. Their idea of parliamentary representation is opposing everything going on in the country and inciting violence whenever and however possible. I am tired of the hate and divisiveness that this outgoing generation promulgated. It is frustrating not having a leader of an opposition party whom you can call and discuss issues of national interest or, importantly, national security with. I am hoping that come January 2023, sectoral leaders would be able to sit around a table and discuss Dominica and options ahead going forward. That is why I'm looking forward to the outcome of these elections tomorrow evening. I want supporters and well-wishers of this Dominican Party government to go out early and cast your X by the shoe. Do not touch the lines. Put your X smack in the middle next to the shoe. I want Dominicans to vote tomorrow and spread the message that we are not who and we're not how we have been defined over the years by the opposition forces in this country. I want a peaceful day of voting tomorrow. I want you to go out and demonstrate to the observers that democracy is alive and well in the Commonwealth of Dominica. Do not gather in groups while within the 100 yards area. If you are not quite sure how to place your X, ask the presiding officer for help. Don't be ashamed. If you do not know how, ask someone tonight or ask the presiding officer tomorrow. I want the world to follow. The process tomorrow. I want international networks to see how business is conducted in Dominica and how this country has been repeatedly black-eyed by those who believe this is the way to act as an opposition. They are aligned to the opposition in St. Lucia, but that opposition took its licks and went on its way the very next day. They are aligned to the opposition in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. That opposition took its fifth straight beating, and they accepted the defeat and went about their business the normal way 2 days later. But here in Dominica, every election, there must be confusion. I want the observers to look tomorrow and see how our people conduct themselves. We are doing nothing different this year than in previous years, ladies and gentlemen. I have said repeatedly, we will make whatever changes are necessary. Indeed, I hope to have the sole commissioner's report in by January or February, and to have the document as approved by the same observers, tabled in Parliament, and acted upon by Easter of 2023. So the changes that we all agree would be helpful will be made and in a timely manner before the next general elections due in 2027. I believe that with the change of leadership of the UWP, we may be able to get a more constructive attitude emanating from them. So my dear people, tonight, these now immortal words of Michael Jackson, this is it. This is it tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We have presented you with a slate of very competent and motivated candidates. They are all ready to hit the road and effect meaningful change in this country. I want you to go out tomorrow and vote happily for them. Give them massive victories tomorrow at the polls. Go out in your respective constituencies and vote for the candidates of the Dominica Labour Party. And let us together join forces in January 2023 for the building of a dynamic new Dominica. I may not be there. I may not be there for the entire journey, but I assure you, I shall be there to get the process off to a sound and solid start. I love Dominica.
You very close to my heart. From you, my dearest, I cannot cry. I think of you everywhere I go. I always long to come back to you. When there are other children, you forsake you, I
I love Dominica. I believe in Dominica, and I shall forever remain in the service of Dominica. Wherever I go, whatever I do, Dominica shall always be home to me, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you for 22 years of opportunity, my dear people. Thank you Thank you for believing in me and supporting me over the years. This most likely will be my final platform speech as a candidate. I want you to know that I am truly grateful to the opportunity you have provided me. It has not been easy. It has not been easy. Mother Nature has been a bit tough on us. Human failings and human creations have not helped any. But we have survived as a country. We have thrived, and I am satisfied that we are ending 2022 optimistic of the road that lies ahead in 2023. I shall start the process with you, but I want you to continue to work to make Dominica the best, the very best that it can be. Thank you, my dear people. Go out tomorrow and vote for our candidates. Vote for all 15 of them and give us this opportunity to serve you once again. Vote tomorrow. Vote tomorrow. Vote tomorrow and give me this final opportunity to position this country for great things to come. I cherish you, my brothers and sisters. I love you dearly. Go out tomorrow and vote for candidates of the Dominica Labour Party. And let us all approach 2023 with confidence and resolve to make life better for each and every one of us who call this beautiful land our home. Thank you very much. Get home safely, and tomorrow, vote for the candidates of the Dominica Labour Party. Put your X by the shoe. Please go out to vote. Vote for the candidates of the Dominica Labour Party. Put your X by the shoe, and everything will be all right. Everything will be all right. I thank you. I thank you very much. Love you always. God bless you. And God bless the Dominica Labour Party. God bless our beautiful country, Dominica. God bless. Thank you very much.